Next question, what did you like about studying in Germany? How was your experience at school in finding friends or mingling with other people? Last question, any tips or insights that you can give our viewers if they are interested to study in Germany? So hi friends, this is Ailene again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. So I create content giving insights and tips on living, studying, and working abroad. So this is the second part of my sharing of the highs and lows in living and studying in Germany. As you can see, my friends are still here. Hi! For this video, we're going to talk about our experience as an international student here in Germany. We actually have a first part of this video where we talk about our experience in living in Germany, the culture shock, what we love about Germany. If you haven't watched that, please check that out. Please introduce yourself again.
So hi, I'm Maria, I'm from Salvador.
Hi, I'm Nikita, I'm from India, Bangalore.
So some of you may know me, of course I'm Ailene. I come from the Philippines. Okay, for the second part, as what we did from the first part, I'll ask you a question and then we will answer it. This will be about education, questions or experiences. Which school did you go and what degree?
So I went to Frankfurt School of Applied Science and I did actually, the course name is Masters in High Integrity System. It's a computer science, mathematical oriented program. So I lived in Frankfurt like all these years.
So I did my master's in Akaris Hochschule, which is in Bad Homburg. It's like a closed town near Frankfurt. And I did my degree in international healthcare management, and I was working at the pharma industry for these years as well.
Same as Maria. Studied the same masters and also worked in the same company.
Exactly. Even the same team at some point.
Okay, second question. Can you still remember what was your first day at school? And if you do, please tell us about it.
So the first day I had this class called Pattern Oriented, I even forgot the name. It was called POS. That was the short form of the subject. And I was crying because the professor was talking about the architecture of the programming and stuff, and then I was like, where am I? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? This is the first question I had, because I was so shocked that I felt like nowhere I could be, able to manage, because I had a background of electrical and electronics engineering as my bachelor degree, and I shifted to computer science thinking that mathematics is my strong point. And when I came and I saw so many programming stuff, I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? It was quite tough, but
it was worth it.
Yeah, it was totally worth it, yeah.
I remember the first day at school, I don't know if you remember, we actually had this introduction.
Yeah, we had introduction.
With all the students, and we were like one-to-one asking like, oh, where do you come from? What do you study? And what did you do before? So it was like very interactive. We were not having like courses right away, but we were like trying to socialize with all the students. So it was.
I can't actually remember if I met you on the first day.
I think no, right? I think we met at the course, like when we were.
And one thing I remember is that we had champagne during the orientation, which would never happen in the Philippines. Nobody gives you alcohol at school.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody.
That's like not
Oh
allowed.
yeah, this is Germany. Cool. Champagne.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
This is a good start.
Yeah, I even saw some students carry beer bottle to the class, and then I was like, what? What are you doing? But I think it's fine that you carry beer to
I think so. What were your first impression of your classmates?
I think at the start they were like very quiet and no one was talking to me, and I was like, oh, I don't know, it kind of felt weird. But then when I got to know more people, they actually started opening themselves, so it became like pretty okay. Like we got pretty good with our classmates from our special course, so the international healthcare management people.
So in my class, I think in 2016, out of 12 people,
there were only 12 people in your class?
Yeah. And then the intake was like 30, and then it became 60. So then the numbers increased. But out of 12 people, 8 were Indians. So
Wow.
because I study IT.
Of
Anyway,
course.
the other foreign gang was like, for us it's foreign gang, but we are the natives. Yeah, so the Germans and then there was like the Turkish. They were in between the Indians and the Germans. Yeah, anyway, we were shuffled and we were like assigned with projects, so we got to work with everyone. So
Next question, what did you like about studying in Germany?
I like that I really learned like really specific things. So we had like general courses like marketing or finance, but we also had like really specific courses that you could learn about your specialization. For instance, we studied about the healthcare system of many different countries. So I really liked about this because it gives you a general overview as well as specific. So you kind of have both ways, like both sides of the bubble, let's say.
yeah, for me, I love the practical applications of all the things. We had so many projects because I also studied in applied science, so maybe that also adds to it. And basically everything we studied, it was basically application. Even if it's a theory subject, we had problems where we need to apply the concepts what we learned. So overall, the application part of the education system, I just love it.
So I think that's the strong point of studying here in Germany is that aside from learning the theory, you really have a practical aspect of it. There's really part of your program that you go for an internship. And during your internship, this is where you can apply what you learned during the university. Are there some things which you didn't like? I mean, probably it's only high school, we didn't have canteen. And probably it's the lack of school activities. Because in the Philippines, there are always school activities, like there's a competition from one degree to another, or it's because it's masters, that's why there's not that much activity. Because for bachelors, I know because I had roommates before, they have this like cheering squad, several after school activities. I really appreciate it back in the Philippines because this is the time where you learn or you can meet other people, not only from your friends but also from other like degree or specialization. Because in the end, especially for international students like us, it's important to create a social life, to be integrated into the culture, and to really have like this set of friends to make us feel like, okay, we now belong. How was your experience at school in finding friends or mingling with other people?
I think it was quite easy because for instance, I immediately found like Latin friends. So I was just going to them like 3 Mexican girls and we started getting along. And then another German came and then I met you and other girls. So it was not hard that much. And then also as well, when I was an intern at work, I met you and the other girls. So I think when I was still studying was very easy to make friends. But now that you're just focusing on work, it's harder to find new friendships.
Yeah, I feel the same because in college life you have so many parties to attend, and I was living in a dormitory, so it was amazing time because you always have someone cooking, or someone drinking, or someone partying. And once you start working, there was this so hard phase because it's like you hardly get to go out and you just meet only your colleagues. And so mingling as a student is amazing.
Yeah, starting a life in a new country is easier if you start it being a student. Sometimes you can really see that there was a separate group of locals and then international people. Of course, the locals are also friendly to get to know us and talk to us, but probably, of course, they're just more comfortable with hanging out with one another. But of course, we also have German friends.
Yeah.
How was your experience in finding a job as a student or for an internship and after studying?
So I think while studying, it was like not that hard because our school had a lot of partnerships with companies, so they kind of like did a job fair and you could actually go and talk to the responsibles from the company, so it was pretty useful and you could start your internships. But after studying, I think it's quite hard if you don't speak German.
For me, I think I applied around 100 companies to get, usually, even though when you apply, it takes some time for them to go through your profile and then, you know, accept you as their employee. Because as an intern, because the whole process, like me when I joined my company, it took like 6 months, the overall procedure. It was like really slow. I was waiting, and then finally it happened. But meanwhile, I was trying for other companies as well, but I'm so glad I got this thing and I improved on that.
And as also working for an IT position, it's pretty good, right? Like there's a lot of opportunities here in Germany.
Yeah, sometimes language is not so necessary, but I think language at some point when you need to grow the ladder, you need language, so never ignore that.
And one good thing about, yes, I've also mentioned in my previous, check that out, 5 important reasons why you should study in Germany is that you can really work as a student while studying. It's really possible. Especially it gives you the benefits of
Living and
earning money while you're studying so that you can of course spend for your expenses and applying your knowledge you learn from school, of course. Last question. Any tips or insights that you can give our viewers if they are interested to study in Germany?
So I have 2 tips. So whenever you apply for an IT course, make sure you are prepared before you come here, and then you wouldn't take 3.5 years to finish it. You are already prepared. Make sure you take all the requirements for the course earlier, and then you fulfill it, and then you start to do your master's. It is more easier. And also, if you have already selected your university, make sure that you apply for the dormitories well in advance so that you get this thing sorted, because finding an apartment is really hard as a student and it's pretty expensive for a student.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. I think as a tip I would give as well with the partnerships with the jobs, so you can get, like as Ailene mentioned already, like you have like 1 foot like ahead. That would be like my tip. And as Nikita also mentioned, you should really research on apartments because it's really hard to get one, so you should be prepared and learn German before coming here.
Yes, learn German.
Even though if your course is in English, still it's very important to know German and have a bit of knowledge about your country and the language.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching my video. So if you're new here and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel so you'll get notified whenever I have a new video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
See you next time.